Fagan Ginger is coming over to talk about the Ninth Amendment. Thank you, Ann.
In many ways, the Ninth Amendment is the most important amendment in the Constitution, and it's never mentioned. The First Amendment is specific about speech, press, assembly, and religion. The Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, they're all very specific. The Ninth Amendment says the fact that a right is not listed, enumerated in the Bill of Rights does not mean we do not have it. In other words, rights that we have that are not listed specifically are included in the Ninth Amendment. And that includes the right to have John Yoo get fired.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you. Thank you.
I should mention also that Meiklejohn Civil Liberties Institute is preparing a booklet called Our 100 Human Rights and How to Get Them Enforced. And for each right, we list where you find it in the U.S. Constitution and laws, and then we list where you can find it in the treaties the U.S. has ratified. And then there are a list of to-dos, things that everybody can do to get these rights enforced. And I think this booklet will be very helpful in the future, because we don't just have the rights in the Bill of Rights, we have 100 human rights. Important for lawyers and activists who otherwise would be involved in litigation to learn how to work in their city council, in their peace commissions, in various other ways, in other activities in the courts. And I think that this period is one we haven't experienced before. And so I think that each of us wants to join an organization or work more actively in the organizations in which we are involved. Work at the city level is very important. Working at the county level is very important. Getting to know your city council members, your county board of supervisors, going to Sacramento, and making reports to the United Nations committees that enforce the treaties we've ratified. But I graduated from law school with what we used to call a bachelor's degree. Now they call it a Juris Doctor in 1947.
Okay.
And in '59, I argued before the U.S. Supreme Court. And I'd only been working on the case for 9 years.
Wow.
And I barely started speaking, and they said, stop. I couldn't stand it, so I started talking very fast. And they said, oh, we're just going for lunch.
So did they reconvene when you got to finish your arguments?
Of course.
Okay.
And then I won it 8-0.
That is a great story. Have you written that up somewhere?
The ninth justice didn't vote because he had been in Ohio. Yes.
Oh, he had to recuse himself?
But my client's husband lost his job at Ohio State.
Yeah. So what was the win? I mean, can you?
Well, they said that they had no right to force her to answer those questions, and they decided it in a narrow way, but they did decide it that she did not have to answer the questions. The Ohio lawyer said we gave her immunity, but they didn't tell her that they gave her immunity.
Not everybody.
That nothing would happen to her if she answered.
Yeah.
So it was a very narrow. It was it was a narrow victory, but in fact it was a broad victory because they didn't call anybody else.
Right. Was there a lot of press coverage of the case and the decision?
Oh, the Supreme Court decision? Of course not.
Oh, no.
Now, was that sort of the ruling that ended McCarthyism at that point?
Well, it was one.
Okay.
Yeah.